Hi guys, it is Friday newsletter time. So I want to do something a little bit on something I hadn't done before. I've done signs like this, but I don't think I've ever done a video on that. What are you pointing at?
Your thing.
Yeah, I'll get to it. Man, it starts already. Okay, all right, so I got a letter and something from one of you guys out there today. Hank Vaughn sent me a letter. It's really cool. He's kind of taken up my idea as far as influencers. And I guess I'm an influencer to a very small degree. So he sent me some of his product and was asking me to give him a shout out. So he saw I wear the Blue Lives Matter, and actually Vicki and I have matching wedding rings now with the blue line on them, which are really cool. I really like them. He makes decals, guys. So he sent me and Vic a couple decals for the car. And then Vicki said she wants this one on her car.
Wait, I'm going to zoom in on it. That's so cool.
So he's a sign maker. His website is, where did I put his card? His website is SmokyMountainCustomSigns.com, but he also does custom vinyl, decals and stuff. So most of you are making signs, so I don't imagine you want to buy signs from him. But if you want decals, this guy makes them. So I'm going to put all of the details in the description. And Hank, thank you so much for the decals.
They're great.
Yeah, they're terrific. I hope we can bring you some business, buddy. So collaborations, man, they work.
Everybody go to his website.
So everybody check his stuff out. Great idea for any kind of special decals that you've got. I'm sure he can do custom designs and whatever you want. But he's a deputy sheriff. Oh, wait a minute. Is he a deputy sheriff? Sheriff's deputy for Blount County, Tennessee. So thank you for all you do out there, Hank, and all of you law enforcement. So stay safe out there, and you guys go check out his decals. So send him an email, and he'll send you all the information on them. So that's that part. I'll just put that in the drawer here.
Just don't forget it's there. I want it on my card.
Nope, I won't forget. You won't let me. Okay, so let's get into today's thing. Again, thank you, Hank, for everything that you do. Here we have, I got an order for a couple signs that this gal wants, and it's going to go on a bike path. And two separate signs. They're going to be 6 by 24, and the font is Serpentine Bold, which is pretty a cool font actually. So I found it and cut some layout letters, but these are vertical signs. And it occurred to me that since I have to carve these in the next day or so, I haven't done layout on a vertical sign on camera. And they can be kind of tricky, so I want to kind of go over that and show you guys how I go about doing that. So this one has the short line at the bottom and has the bigger letters at the top going vertical and then horizontal on the letters there. So what I'm going to do, first thing I normally do, guys, is I want to draw a center line. So I'm going to get those letters off of there, and I'm going to draw a center line. Use my square. See if I can find the center.
Oh my gosh, these flies are terrible.
Yeah, flies are horrible out here. So that's pretty close to the center. Just a little bit more. So there's my center line. I normally don't do it this way, but what the heck. Anyway, that's pretty much close to the center line. Now I'm going to take my biggest letter, and which is probably the N on that case, and I'm going to center it, and I'm going to just make a kind of a reference line on both sides. Vertical signs can be a little tricky. So that gives me kind of where I want my letters left to right. Are you able to follow me, babe?
I think so, yeah.
Make sure I spell it right. ING. that goes over there. So now's the tricky part, because I've got the 2016 that goes down here. Make sure I got that right. So I'm going to center it top to bottom, and we'll go about that far, I think. And so I'm just kind of winging here, guys. So I'm just going to center those right to left. Now, spacing top to bottom, that's the part that for me is real tricky. But I want the different, and you guys know I'm kind of anal when it comes to spacing on stuff. And spacing for me at the beginning was the toughest part. So what I did is, and you can do this with little pieces of wood, you can do this with washers, you can do this with whatever. But I like the same amount of space in between all the letters going top to down. So this is about 3/8 of an inch, the head of this little screw. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use that as kind of a spacer. So that, and then just kind of eyeball it to make sure that I get my spacing right. Now I could probably eyeball that and it would be all right. But I know if I've got something like that, then it makes it kind of foolproof that I am right around where I want to be from a spacing standpoint. And again, you might have a better way to do this. It's just the way I do it, guys. So now I look left to right for the eye. I know I'm right center, right in the center. And I want everything kind of squared up. That Y kind of went sideways on me when I hit it with the screw. And then here's my bottom line over here. So, yeah, the flies are just horrible the last couple days. Really sticky. Humid. It's kind of humid out here, guys, because we're still at the tail end of our monsoon weather. So there it is. That's my layout. That's ready to go. The next one will be, I'll do the next one too. And I think I'm pretty good right there. I think I can spray that without hitting my bench, hopefully. I kind of shook this earlier. So this is pine. In case any of you new people don't know what I'm making this sign out of, this is pine, and I've got my sanding sealer on it, so I don't have to worry too much about bleeding. These are inset letters, by the way. Inset letters, so I don't have to worry about doing a background around them.
I think your dad's home.
Think Dad just got back?
Yeah. The dogs were running to the front.
So that's kind of how it came out. And that ensures that I've got nice spacing in between those letters and will read really well. So let's do the next one. So this one is going to say Aggie Land. Get those out of the way. So I'm going to do the same thing. Is that the... Oh, so I'm going to use my mark on that other one. You know what? I'm just going to do this. No, I won't. I'll use a square. Man, this paper is sliding on me. All right, then I'll do this. Gives me pretty much my center line. Okay. Now, let's see. So I'm going to do the same thing. Not sure exactly how it's going to work out top to bottom, but I like the I-E-L-A-N-D. It's going to be pretty close top to bottom. It's going to pretty much fill up the board. So I'm going to try it about an inch and a half from the top and an inch and a half from the bottom, and we'll see how that kind of centers using that 3/8 spacer. Right. And this is the part that it's kind of, now what you could do is you could do the calculations and make lines. God, stinking flies. And I don't know how this is going to work, so I'm just going to kind of see how it goes here. See if I need to adjust it. If I do, then I'll take a calculation and make my adjustments top and bottom. What did I go, an inch and a half?
Mm-hmm.
That's about an inch and 3/8 actually. It's about an inch and 3/8. Yeah, see, I'm off a little bit. Well, no, I'm not off that much. That's really, really close. About 1/8 of an inch off top to bottom, so I'm just going to adjust them just slightly, kind of eyeball them. So you've got to think you're spacing here and left to right. Again, it's can be a little bit dicey. I kind of like this font style though, serpentine bold. All right, am I spelled right? A-G-G-I-E-L-A-N-D. I did spell it right. Okay. Look all right, babe?
Well, from what I can see through this little tiny screen.
That looks good. Left to right, that looks good. Yep, I think I can live with that. So anyway, guys, this is Select Pine, and it's got the sanding sealer on it, so this black shouldn't bleed on me, but definitely do not overspray. You can see I just go short spurts, and that's the way that one came out.
Damn, you're good.
Thank you. You didn't have to tell me, but thank you. All right.
Oh
so now these letters, unfortunately, I'm not gonna have time to actually carve these letters because I think we're probably running short on time with all the stuff we've kind of gone over, and I've got another thing that I want to talk about as well. But the way I would do these, guys, with these little points, I think the way I would do these is these little points, I think I would, as a matter of fact, you know what? I've changed my mind. I'm going to carve a couple of these letters. We're going to shut the camera off. I'm going to set up with a router, and I'm going to come back and I'm going to carve a couple of these letters to show you guys how I would go about it, because I think that would be valuable for you. So we'll be right back. All right, guys, so I was gonna just do layout on this, but I just feel like I want to show you, because of this special letter style. And baby, if you can zoom down here where I have my pencil, you guys can see that there's these little tiny points on here, and that can be kind of tricky on those. So I want to show you how I would go about this. I had to kind of think about it, because these are going to be inset, whether I would carve this with a profile bit, and you certainly could, but I think I'm going to go about doing it with the 60 degree So I want to just kind of show you, I'm going to just carve this A and give you guys kind of an idea how I would go about doing this. Are you with me?
I think so.
All right. So I've already brushed off the sign and I've cleaned off my router base. This is our 60-degree bit. Sorry, I kind of messed you up there. I'm sorry.
Turn it.
Yeah. Want me to rotate
No,
it?
I want the other way.
This way?
The other way.
This way.
Yes.
Okay.
Now I gotta back up and come back in. Hold on. So let's try not to get it blurry.
Sorry, guys. My bad.
He wasn't prepared, or he didn't prepare me. All right, now turn it back this way.
This is our 60-degree V-groove. It's got 3 flutes. And it cuts a really fine point. All right.
It's dark. I can't.
Okay. So let's just get into this.
Hold on.
I'm gonna set this. What's that?
Don't carve it yet.
I won't. The LED lights will go on in a second here as soon as I turn this on. So I'm gonna set it at I don't know, probably about 3/16, something like that. I don't think I'm at a 1/4 inch. Just kind of eyeball it. Let me know when you're ready.
Oh, well, you're done moving. Can you turn on that light?
The router's gonna go on.
Okay.
So, as you guys can see, when I got to these points, I lifted the router base in order to get those little tiny sharp points on those little places like
Let's
that.
see if I can.
Now, this stuff that's left over in here, I probably will go back and I'll use a 90-degree V-groove, although I could just set it deeper and use a 60, because that's probably pretty much the widest. I think I'll just go ahead and do that. I'll use the 60 since I have it set up here, and I'll show you what I'm going to do there. Are you still there, Ben?
Yep.
All right, so I'm going to set it deeper, probably now around 1/4 inch. When I get tiny areas, let me tip this up a little bit. When I get tiny areas like this, guys, I probably could have left this because it was low enough that it was not at the surface of the board, so it wouldn't have come up as white spots. But I still like the idea of that having some texture down in there. So that's why you saw me kind of go up and down, up and down, up and down, and kind of do that dimple effect that I do for little strokes that that you could just leave it straight lined, but I like the little texture down in there. So I will do the same thing in here and in here. Anytime I have a really short stroke or a narrow stroke of the letter, I'll do that just to make sure it's uniform throughout the letter. Okay?
Yeah.
All right. So that's it. That's it, guys. That's the way I will carve those. By the way, in case you didn't see on the paperwork, because of the special font here, and again, you guys know I am like super busy these days. So when people order signs from me, I'm getting, you know, what I consider to be a premium. They're still a good price, but I'm getting $95 a piece for these signs, which in the old days, that would be way more than what I would have gotten in the old days. But that anyway, so for those of you to save your questions, because I know somebody will ask that. So now I want to share something with you at the end that is pretty cool. On the 4th of July weekend, I spent the whole weekend making a sign. And the reason I did this sign, this was a really, really special sign. And one of the influencers, guys, that I have kind of become friends with, he's got a fishing show, Josh Jorgensen, Black Tip H, down in Florida. He's the one that actually told me about Outlaw, which you guys know that was a huge, and many of you are watching me just because you saw the sign that I made Outlaw. And that was a huge boost for our channel. But he also told me about another YouTube channel, and he said if you make them a sign, it's a group of guys, if you make them a sign and send it to them, you know, good things may happen. So I did, and I checked these guys out, and the name of the channel and TV show you might recognize, Dude Perfect. So this is a sign that I spent 2 or 3 days making, and spent actually the July 4th weekend making, and I just sent it to him out of the blue. And I told him that Josh Jorgensen is a friend of these guys. There's 5 guys, and you probably, if you don't know who they are, definitely check them out. They've got an awesome channel. If you've seen Facebook videos or videos with guys making weird trick shots, basketball or football or golf or whatever, but anyway, they've also got a TV show. I never heard of them before because I don't watch TV. I'd never heard of them before Josh told me about them. And he said, hey, you know, if you make these guys a sign, who knows what might happen. So I did. I made them a sign. I shipped it to them. I spent all weekend, 2 or 3 days making the sign, which is, I wanted to do something really different that I hadn't done before. And this is what I came up with, which I was really happy with. And I got an email back from them yesterday or the day before that it is now, they are from Texas, it is now sitting in their world headquarters on the entrance to their little...
Looks like a gym.
Huh? Yeah, well, it's where they do a lot of their trick shots, and you can see a putting green and a basketball court. They have an amazing playground / office down there in Frisco, Texas. But if you guys haven't checked out these guys' channels, they're really strong Christians, which really spoke to me. They've got a great testimony. The last time I checked, their channel is like 10 million subscribers. Unbelievably successful guys. But I was really kind of flattered that and honored that they put my sign above the entrance to their gym. Now the other thing is, I filmed that every process on that sign. I filmed it start to finish.
By yourself?
By myself. Yeah, it was the first time that I had done something actually by myself. Vicki wasn't here and Dad was busy. So I filmed the whole thing. It's about 2 hours of video. And I'm debating whether to put that on the channel. I haven't edited it yet or even put the films together. There's like 20 different scenes. Now, so what I'm asking you guys, if you guys want to see that, it's going to be like 2 hours long or close to it. If you guys want to see it, then I'll put it together and I'll post it on the channel maybe for next Friday's newsletter. So you guys let me know if it would be valuable for you. If you guys want to see it, I'd be happy to go ahead and put it together and post it on the channel. But it was fun to make, challenging but very fun. But I was really honored, and I got an actual email back from Cody, who is one of the Dude Perfect guys. He's one of the 5 guys, and he told me that they've got all of my information, and anybody that asks about the sign, they'll pass on my information to them. So who knows where that's gonna lead? But it was fun to make, and it was kind of a thank you from me, whether nothing happens at all, just for their story, their channel, and what they do. Very, very cool channel. So go check them out, guys. Probably you guys probably all know who they are. But anyway, that's it for this week, you guys. Tomorrow morning, you're seeing this on Friday, even though we're filming it Thursday night. So Saturday morning, I have another memory lane from Dad, another country music memory. You guys, everybody have a great weekend, and let me know. Oh, don't forget about the seminars. You know, a few weeks to go on the seminars.
October 5th is filling up. We've only got one or maybe
I think we've only got
2 or 3
a few slots left on the 5th, and the 15th and 18th are filling up too. So all the details are in the description below, and Hank Vaughn's information on the description below. So let us know, and let me know whether you guys want to see me carving that Dude Perfect sign. So anyway, everybody have a great weekend. Have some fun. Make some sawdust.
Thank you, Hank.
Thanks again, Hank. And make some sawdust. It'll make you happy. We'll see you later, guys. See you on Monday. Bye.